I finally found a story that I can actually like relate to. I don't know if you guys saw the video that I made where like I have beef with a ghost. Although the story is terrifying, I don't know why I get like some sort of comfort knowing that I'm not the only one that's going through this. The bully entity. Entity. Am I saying it wrong? I make it sound like entities. The bully entity. It's like a singular today. So this girl says, do not stay in a place that is very paranormally active or this may happen to you. Is paranormally a word? It is for me. So Claudia says that her sister lives in a house that is very active, like on a daily basis. And for some reason, she's just like used to it and refuses to move. Things like dishes falling, cups flying, doors opening, seeing shadows in her house are the normal day-to-day thing. So Claudia herself is not a fan of these things, but anytime the family wants a vacation, they go and visit her sister and they have to stay there for like 3 to 4 days. So this is what happened on the last visit that they had with the sister. She was the first one out of the car and that her sister had opened the door and came out to greet them. And when she was hugging her sister, she sees a shadow move in that living room inside of the house. She knows that it's not an actual person because there's a lot of light in that living room, and what she saw was like a solid shadow just moving across. As it happened, her sister still greeting her, but she's like looking into that living room, and her sister notices that she's not looking at her, she's looking inside. So in the moment, her sister's like, hey, what's wrong? Why are you looking over there? And Claudia tells her sister, I just saw like a shadow pass by. And her sister's like, oh yeah, it's the entity, the thing that I'm telling you that lives in the house. I also saw it whenever I was coming out because I saw the shadow go in the hallway. So Claudia tells her, how are you so calm? And the sister's like, oh, it's just things that happened every day at this house. So Claudia's like, well, what else happens here? Because obviously she's a little bit scared. And her sister tells her, well, you know, where things throw cups or dishes or doors opening, sometimes we do hear voices. Oh, voices, no big deal. So Claudia's like, well, does it ever do anything bad like to you guys? And the sister was like, well, if we don't piss it off, it doesn't. So now Claudia, being curious, is like, well, if you piss it off, what does it do? And the sister's like, well, it depends. If it only gets mad a little bit, maybe it'll just pull the blanket off of us at night when we're asleep. Sometimes it just moves the bed, or sometimes it'll talk in our ear so that we can wake up from our sleep. So after hearing that, Claudia's like, well, what if it gets really pissed off? And the sister was like, well, one time I asked it to leave the house, and that same night I woke up to something choking me. So Claudia, after hearing all of that, she's like, well, how can you live in a place like this? It doesn't seem like you get any peace. And her sister is like, oh, it's just everyday things. And she goes, no, it choked you. That's not an everyday thing. Claudia then says, have you not tried doing anything to get it out of your house? And her sister's like, no, why would we want to get rid of it? Why would we want it out of the house? We don't want to do any of that. Actually, I feel like smoking a cigarette. Do you want to go outside for a walk? Once they step outside, the sister brings out the cigarettes and she's like, oh no, I don't have a lighter. Let's go to that little store down the street to buy one. So they walk down the street, they get the lighter, and her sister lights up the cigarette and then looks at Claudia and says, hey, you can't be saying that inside of the house. Don't be saying that you want me to get rid of it or that you're gonna do something to get it out. If it hurt you or if you keep saying that, you're not gonna be in peace for the next 3 days that you're here. We never talk bad about him because things in the house get really bad when we do. I made you walk all the way to the store with me so that I can tell you this because it seems like the entity always listens to everything that we say. So when we go back home, don't even mention this entity anymore and you'll have a good time at my house. She said that that very same night, something shook her bed while she was sleeping. She said that it wasn't her family playing a prank on her. It wasn't anything like that. Like somebody was definitely in that room with her and decided to shake her bed. The bedroom that her sister put her in was really nice. It had a king-size bed and she had already decided to sleep with the lights on because she was obviously really scared. As she laid there dozing off, something turned the lights off and started shaking the bed very violently. She did scream really loud, but it was almost as if nobody heard her screams because she could still hear that her family was like outside the door. When she screamed, nobody reacted, nobody came running to her room. She ends up falling asleep after that, and she said in the morning when she woke up, she noticed all of her family looked really tired and like almost like they had been awake the entire night. The second that her sister sees her, she tells Claudia it's because it got mad. Her sister said that while she was sleeping, she would feel arms just grabbing all up on her body really rough. At that point, Claudia did not care and she told her, you need to go get an exorcist or something. And the sister tells her that they actually did try, but things got worse after they did that. Her sister's like, let's just stop talking about this. I don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna still live here and just let things happen the way they're gonna happen. She explains that she's terrified not only because of what's happening in the house, but the train of thought of her sister like continuing to live there. And she has not moved. She still lives in that house with that entity. So what would you do if you were being bullied by the paranormal?